chief to Infosys, which had faced allegations of corporate governance lapses during Vishal Sikka's tenure, ET now learns the software major has got a breather from market regulator SEBI in case relating to ex-CFO Rajeev Bansal's severance package. My colleague Vijay Ganeshan Iyer now joins us. Vijay, with more exclusive detail. Vijay, Bansal's severance package had been questioned by founder Narayan Murthy during the boardroom spat last year. What is the regulator's stance on the consent plea filed by the company to settle matter, and how is this a relief for the new leadership under Nandan Nilekani and Salil Parekh? And I want to add one question. That was a key point which, on which Vishal Sikka was, his functioning was questioned. And if SEBI is giving a clean sheet, then what happens to all those allegations?
Clearly, first on the news aspect, market regulator SEBI has accepted the consent plea put in by Infosys when it comes to the whole of the severance package of former CFO Rajeev Bansal, which means the case will now be settled. Although the consent amount has not been decided, that is something which is under works. What we understand is that after SEBI has accepted the consent plea, now the high power advisory committee would look into the whole issue of the settlement amount. Depends on what Infosys is willing to pay to settle via this consent plea, and then the final order based on the recommendations of the high powered advisory committee will be passed by market regulator SEBI. Now, why this would be a huge relief for the new Infosys management led by Chairman Nandan Nilekani and of course new CEO Salil Parekh? Clearly, these are all issues which came during Vishal Sikka's tenure and the earlier board led by SEBI. So in that regard, they indeed wanted to try and get rid of all these controversies, particularly after we all know what happened in the mid of 2017 after Narayan Murthy raised several issues on certain acquisitions and also the severance package given to former CFO Rajeev Bansal. That is where in December, after Nandan took charge at Infosys, decided to file this consent plea, and now market regulator has accepted this. But we need to also understand consent plea doesn't give a clean sheet either which ways for settling the case. Neither it gives a clean sheet for accepting a guilt nor for any wrong doing. So in that sense, this would be a non-disclosure which was made, and SEBI is indeed at this point of time convinced that this was an issue of non-disclosure. This will come under the consent terms of market regulator SEBI, and hence this is a fit case for being settled, and that is why after a lot of deliberation, it was filed in December 2017. Now we can confirm that the consent plea has been accepted. It's only a case of how much would be the consent amount or the charge penalty that Infosys is willing to pay for this particular non-disclosure that happened. So it's a matter of weeks when we could see a final order after they agree on the penalty that Infosys is ready to pay. But indeed, this would come as a relief for the board led by Nandan Nilekani and of course Mr. Parekh, who just announced the results under his leadership, as the consent plea of Infosys has been accepted by market regulator SEBI.